When people think of Vietnam, they imagine rice fields, jungles, and the war of the 20th century, but what if I told you that 1,500 years ago, right off Vietnam's coastline, there was a powerful maritime kingdom that controlled the trade routes between India and China? Welcome to Champa, the legendary crossroads of the Southeast Asian seas, along the long windy shores of today's central Vietnam, where hot desert winds sweep across white sands. Once existed a civilization for whom the ocean was not a border, but a lifeline. The Cham people belong to the Austronesian world, the same seafaring family as Indonesia and Polynesia. They were born for the ocean, shipbuilders, masters of the monsoon winds, readers of the tides, and navigators by the stars dotted ports like Indrapura, Da Nang, Amarati, and Vijaya Bin Din. Merchant ships from India, Java, Malacca, and China arrived in busy crowds, exchanging goods, rituals, knowledge, and religion. Champa was not an empire of land. Champa was an empire of the sea. From the 4th to the 13th century, Champa stood at the very heart of Asian maritime trade. They dominated the sea lanes through three major advantages. First, the monsoon winds. In November, the winds pushed ships from India to Southeast Asia. In May, they carried them back. The Cham knew this rhythm and timed their harbors around it. Second, transshipment ports. Merchants didn't need to travel the entire route. They stopped in Champa to trade, repair their ships, and hire local sailors. Third, cultural openness. Champa did not close or force assimilation. They welcomed outsiders because the more merchants arrived, the richer the kingdom became. From these ports flowed orgar wood, ivory, pottery, spices, rice, gold, and handcrafted goods across Asia, and in return came Hindu beliefs, art, and writing, forming the unique Cham culture we still see today at my son's sanctuary. But maritime empires are fragile. As power shifted across Southeast Asia and the Daviet kingdoms rose in the north, Champa slowly lost control of the sea. Ports declined. Fleets disappeared. Territory shrank. By the 19th century, Champa survived only as scattered memories on old maps, and yet, their legacy never truly vanished. In the red brick towers of my son, in Cham festivals that still endure today, and most of all, in the seafaring mindset of central Vietnam, where people have always looked toward the ocean to survive, to trade, and to defend their homeland. It was on this very foundation that later Vietnamese generations formed the famous Hoang Sai naval cruise, venturing deep into the South China Sea. When night fell and merchant ships anchored in Champa, another world awakened. A world of pirates, port taxes, smuggling, and sea chases in the dark. That is the story of Episode 2, Ports and Pirates, the shadow power of Champa. I'll see you on the next voyage.